Hello, America, and to our friends around the world, greetings. Well, as you can see with the archived link, America, you're not ready for this conversation, but it's way past time to have it. U.S. woman kills son before his birthday because supposedly, we don't know for certain, he didn't want to turn 18. Kathy Lee faces charges of open murder and resisting arrest, according to court records. How come we don't know if this is true? Because she killed him. Nowhere in the report does it document anything as far as a note or message of intent. We only have her word that he was fearful of turning 18. And let's get into this report. Inside this report, it states that she's a Michigan mother and that she is 39, apprehended with a taser while holding a knife. Apparently, the two of them had attempted to commit suicide together. She calls 911 and told the dispatcher she had been trying for a while to stop her son, Austin, from breathing. And that's when apparently she decided to slit his throat after he lost consciousness. This is a mental health insanity problem. These reports are increasingly frequent. And I'm going to include something here at the end of the video that signifies a very, 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 very dark and evil development that is happening currently in Great Britain. I mean, not that they don't have enough problems all over there as it is with, locking people up for memes. Now they're allowing girls and women to be released, violent, murderous females released to make room for men being locked up for memes. Let that sink in. Great Britain is allowing violent, murderous women to be released to make room to lock up men who make memes. So this woman, Kathy Lee, was demanding that the police kill her so that she could die and be with her son, whom she murdered. The conversation is way past time having. There is a mental derangement problem going on that society has ignored for far too long about women. Let's move on. During the court hearing, detective testified that Lee claimed her son had asked for her help. We only have her word. She's already nuts, obviously. And to compound it, she's pled not guilty. She's been denied bond. Finally, courts are beginning to make sense of this nonsense and beginning to perhaps hold these vile, murderous women accountable. So she was scheduled a couple days ago to appear. I haven't seen anything to see the follow-up. So March 4, 2025. If somebody happens to know about the case, write about it in the comments. So his obituary is that he was an exceedingly interesting character who had a love for cats, science, books, fishing with his dad, roller coasters, and video games. A patient, gentle, kind-hearted soul with a deep love for helping others. This sounds like somebody who was abused by his mother, very obviously. And prayers for the father and any remaining and surviving family members. This is a horrible thing to have. Yeah. But it's not just limited to, menopausal women. I mean, yeah, she's 39, but let's get real. Menopause, women like to play the game of, oh, menopause hits at, 40, 50, 60, regardless of when it hits. They like to play the game of, it's just one of those days, regardless. This is not just isolated to older women. Teen arrested after throwing her newborn baby out the window. Mia McQuillin was on a trip to Europe, and this happened at a Paris hotel. Apparently, it caters to tourists and traveling groups. But regardless, this woman went overseas, gave birth, then threw the newborn out the window. It was a second floor window, and it's like, oh, it's only the second floor. Regardless, the child died. All right, so the discovery of the infant's body outside the hotel likely triggered an immediate lockdown of the premises as police began their investigation. Case has sparked widespread media coverage and public debate, particularly around issues of mental health, pregnancy denial, and the responsibilities. They go on to say travel programs, but let's get real. The responsibilities of women to take accountability for their murderous actions, such as this. They are given a blank check to drop them on the doorstep of whatever, a fire department, a hospital, an orphanarium. It doesn't matter. They get thrown in the dumpster, a trash can in a fast food restaurant. They are not prosecuted. This woman deserves to be fully prosecuted, and I hope the French don't shy away from it. As I stated, this isn't just isolated to premenopausal, menopausal, and postmenopausal women. This was an 18-year-old woman who murdered a child. This is across the age spectrum. This is ridiculous. And then you have this out of Newsweek. Violence by women soars in California. Violent crime committed by women has soared in California, according to a new report. Why it matters? The rise in violence committed by women in California signals a significant shift in crime trends. Does it? Or is it just the fact that they have not been held responsible for their actions that you cannot hide it anymore? Traditionally, violent crime has been overwhelmingly male dominated, but the increasing involvement of women raises questions about underlying causes. No, it doesn't. You didn't hold it to account. There is no question. If you do not prosecute, they're going to do it. Now you got to have to prosecute. Go in and read the rest of the Newsweek article that they're really not doing much about it. We go from California over to Georgia. 18-year-old was stabbed to death by his mother during an argument. It's the middle of the afternoon. This is just a couple days ago. The police show up. They see a woman holding a bloody knife, and she's got blood all over her clothing. And then she charged the officers, who then responded in kind. She's no longer with us, saving the taxpayers a hefty dime. But that is not before she wasn't prevented from ending this young man's life. This excused violence of women towards children, towards men, has got to end. Let's move south. Florida woman stabs boyfriend because he wouldn't eat her cooking. And then, of course, the people that wrote it, radio DJs, if your lady cooks you a meal, probably best to eat it. And not only that, but you better like it. If not, she's going to come after you with a knife. Ha ha ha. No, it's not funny. This Nativista Auguste is in custody for aggravated assault. More charges need to be pressed. And finally, I leave you with this one. And this is a few months ago. All of these other stories have been within the last 4 weeks, 5 at the max. This one was back in September, as it says at the bottom. Woman mutilates boyfriend with chainsaw in front of a 4-year-old child. America, you have a mental health crisis. And that crisis is either The women are frequently and increasingly becoming more violent, or you are in deep denial and enabling this violent escalation. This is concurrent with the agenda to keep women out of prison, which is insanity, giving these people a blank check, a free pass, and to commit as violent a crime as imaginable. This isn't just Angela Buramova, making false allegations. This is escalated to full-blown, attempted to full-on murder several times. This is worthy of a public discourse and immediate intervention. You've got gentlemen such as Bill Corbett of Vet Father Bill on X campaigning daily to raise funds for domestic shelters for men and their children. When you've got women such as this, it is inexcusable to not have those protections.